early to rise makes a man or woman healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Hello, Mary Malinski, the Prosperity Priestess, here with you today, and today I want to talk to you about sleep. You may be wondering what sleep has to do with prosperity. Well, when I first started learning about internet marketing, I did a lot of reading on the internet, of course, and I distinctly remember one website that I went to that talked about how if you want to achieve your goals, you have to do what other people are not willing to do. And this particular person said that the reason he was successful and the reason he made a lot of money on the internet was because he stayed up late and he got up early and he didn't worry about sleep. His focus was building his business, his online business, and it was more important for him to stay up late, do the work that he needed to do, get up early, do some more work before he had to go to his job, and that's how he became successful. So I tried that for a while, and I was staying up late, reading, doing work on the internet. I was getting up early, doing some work before I left for my job in the morning, and I was burning out. You see, sleep for me is a very, very precious commodity. If you're anything like me, you have a ton of projects on the go. I have a full-time job that I do. I have my business that I'm building. I have coaching clients. I have my spiritual work that I'm doing, my priestess work. I have 3 children and a whole congregation of people that I need to serve. And so my time is very precious. And so is my sleep. I tend to need about 8 hours of sleep a night. When I skimp on that, which I do a fair bit, I find that by the end of the week, I'm really, really tired, and I've built up a sleep debt. Whatever that figure of however much sleep that you need a night, it could be 6 hours, it could be 10 hours. Everybody's different. You need to find the amount of sleep that is right for you. And once you've figured out what that magic number is for you, if you cut yourself short on your sleep, you start building up a sleep debt. And so as your sleep debt increases, your energy drains a lot faster. My energy drains a lot faster when my sleep debt increases. For example, I just had a night, for various reasons, where I only got 4 hours of sleep. And then I had a huge, busy, very energetic day on that 4 hours of sleep. I did great that day. However, the next day, I was a complete basket case. I couldn't do anything. I got up and I got dressed, and that was pretty much it. I spent the entire day sitting around on the couch, watching movies with my kids, playing games on my phone. I even tried to read a book thinking that would be a little productive, and I couldn't focus. And the day after even, I still found that my energy was low because I hadn't yet paid back my sleep debt. So, you need to figure out what amount of sleep is the right amount of sleep for you. You need to make sure and put into place practices that are going to ensure that you get the right amount of sleep that you need. I find that when I haven't gotten enough sleep, I get very irritable, I get cranky, I have a hard time making decisions, and I'm not as productive. It takes me twice as long to do something that takes me no time at all when I've had the right amount of sleep. Another thing that I've found is that when I go to bed early and get up early, I get so much more accomplished in a day. The days that I sleep in are almost a wasted day because I tend to be, my most productive time isn't that first thing in the morning. But I get all the little stuff out of the way first thing in the morning. Having breakfast, taking a shower, getting ready for the day. When I sleep in, that process of getting ready for the day seems to stretch out super, super long. And I find that by the time I'm finally hitting my stride with productivity, the day's almost over and it's almost time to go to bed again. So early to bed, early to rise, I find is a really good maxim for me to follow. I do better if I'm in bed before 10 o'clock so that I can get up by 6 or 7 in the morning, get all my getting ready stuff done, and be actually producing and doing things by 9 o'clock. If I'm not doing that by 9 o'clock in the morning, again, it's a partially wasted day. Everything is drawn out, takes longer, I get distracted easier. Now that works for me. You need to find out, you need to do what works for you. If you are a night owl and your most productive time of day is between 2 and 4 in the morning, then you need to make sure that you structure your day around that productive time so that you are making the most of your productive time. Another interesting point about sleep is that the hours before midnight can count double for your restfulness to the hours after midnight. What does that mean? If you go to sleep at 11 o'clock at night and you get up at 6, that first hour from 11 to midnight kind of counts like 2 hours of actual sleep. And then after midnight is each an hour. So when I go to bed at 10, when I discipline myself and go to bed at 10, I'm getting an extra 2 hours of sleep, and that goes a long ways. I found, again, that that works for me. Whereas if your productivity is between 2 and 4, that may not work for you. However, here's an interesting point for you. If your best productivity is between 2 and 4 in the morning, you don't necessarily need 8 hours of consecutive sleep. 8 hours of consecutive sleep is a new institution. It's a myth of the industrial age. Pre-industrial society, people went to bed early in the evening when it got dark. They slept for about 4 hours, got up, did things like have sex, go visit their neighbors, read a book, write in a journal, got up for a couple of hours, went back to bed for 4 more hours, then got up and did their day at dawn. It was very common for people to have a broken sleep pattern. And they've confirmed this in some sleep studies where people are taken away from natural light and they will get into a rhythm where they sleep 4 hours, get up for a couple of hours, go back to sleep for 4 hours, get up for a big chunk of the day, and then do that broken sleep pattern. So if your schedule allows, let your body fall into that natural broken sleep rhythm. You don't necessarily need all 8 to 10 hours in one unbroken stretch. Can be really challenging for a lot of people to go for that unbroken stretch. And I found, before I knew about that, when I would wake up at 3 in the morning and have thoughts go through my head and not be able to fall back asleep, I'd get really upset. It was like, oh, I'm supposed to be sleeping now. But once I found out about that broken sleep rhythm, I'm a lot easier on myself. So if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, be easy on yourself. Turn on the lamp, write down your thoughts if you need to. It'll help get them out of your head so that you can relax and go back to sleep. And just being up for a little bit, you'll find that next couple hours of sleep will be a lot more fulfilling for you. For the next week, give your attention to your sleep patterns. How many hours of sleep do you need a night? Do you have a natural, broken sleep rhythm? What is your most productive time of the day? Can you set up your schedule to take advantage of your sleep pattern and your most productive time of the day, so that you're not wasting half the day not being productive because either you're behind on your sleep or because you're trying to act at a time that is not a productive time for you. You'll find that you'll get a lot more done when you follow your natural sleep patterns and be a lot happier, have a life more fulfilling for yourself. And you'll be doing that thing that a lot of other people aren't willing to do, which is giving your attention to the proper amount of sleep you need. Have a wonderful and blessed week.